All right, old school NBA fans, self-research, NBA facts. I got another video here. I did a video a couple days ago about Steph Curry and the Warriors. Were aided by a lot of injuries en route to their titles. I got a little bit of pushback from that, where somebody said, well, a lot of players benefited from injuries and whatnot. So that was all the inspiration I need to look into it. Is that true? What I was going for is how many starters were missing on the opponents they were playing. So I couldn't really do the older players like Russell Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, Kareem, because it doesn't really distinguish between who's a starter and who's not. Yeah, maybe I could have went by minutes played, but I didn't. And I don't think there was a ton of injuries anyway. So start with Magic Johnson, okay? Magic Johnson, in his 12-year, actually 13-year career, because he did come back in 96 and played some, but his opponents in the playoffs, there was only 14 games that they missed over the whole thing. And, right away, in 1980, Doug Collins missed 6 games for Philly. So that's a third of them just right there. In 82 finals against Philly, Lionel Hollins missed 3 games. And again, I don't know how much this really, would have affected things. But his team had 9 players that, 9 starters, including himself, that, missed playoff games. That's it. One of them was Kareem in 1980. Byron Scott missed the 89 finals, so there's 4 more right there. Worthy missed 1 game. Scott missed 1 game in the 91 finals. So I think Norm Nixon missed 1 game. So marginal, not really much at all. He didn't benefit too much from that. There was no big key players, anything like that. Now Larry Bird, his opponents missed 30 games. But some of those, again, Doug Collins in 1980, he also played them. That was 6 of them right there. In the 81 finals, Rudy Tomjanovich in the finals missed 3 games. Calvin Murphy missed 2 games. A player like Ray Williams in the 84 Eastern Conference semifinals missed 1 game. How much did that really help? I don't know. Sidney Moncrief in 86 did miss 2 games in the Eastern Conference finals. Maybe made the series go farther, but nobody could beat Boston at home with or without Moncrief. So I don't really know how much that really, played a role. And also in the 86 finals, John Lucas, he was, I think, their 3rd leading scorer. He missed the entire playoffs. Again, would it have been enough to actually beat Boston? I seriously doubt it. I don't see it. Hakeem Olajuwon, his opponents only missed, starters for his opponent in the playoffs only missed 7 games in his whole career. That's it, just 7. But on his team, he had 30 players that didn't play. Like I said, John Lucas in the 86 finals, maybe they could have used him, I don't know. Like Vernon Maxwell in 93, he missed 3 games in the first round, but, they went farther than the first round, so I don't know how much that really would have mattered. But Vernon Maxwell also missed the entire playoffs in 95. They won it anyway. So it didn't really have too much effect, one way or the other, you could say. But I looked up, all the key players, per usual. Michael Jordan had there was 18 games where a starter missed the playoffs. And, like Mark Price missed 1 game in the 89 first round. Maybe him being there, because I think the Bulls won that game by like 20 points. I don't know if it would have been enough, but, maybe, possibly, it would have did a little something. But it was like Bimbo Coles missed 3 games. Billy Owens missed 3 games. The 96 Eastern Conference Finals, Horace Grant missed 3 games when he got his arm all bent backwards or whatever. Maybe he would have made the series longer, but I doubt they would have beat him. I think Nick Anderson also missed one game in that series, but the momentum was all on the Bulls' side. I just don't see how, that would have affected him. But, you never know. True, you never know. But there wasn't as many injuries in the 80s and 90s as there was later on. Now, Shaquille O'Neal's opponents, starters, missed 32 games. And there were some key ones in there, like I think it was the 0-2 Western Conference Final. Peja Stojakovic, I think he missed like 4 games. And that could have been big time stuff right there. I mean, that made, maybe made a difference. Well, we're never gonna, you can never, this is unprovable stuff, true. But I just wanted to show that, how much Curry really benefited from all this. And yeah, it was 2002. He missed 4 games, Stojakovic did, in the Western Conference Finals. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot. And yeah, now his team only 6 games, and 4 of them was that 96 year, like I said. So his team was intact basically his entire career. But there was, there was opponents out. And there was other injuries too that affected the entire league. Like Tim Duncan out in 2000. He was out for the whole playoffs. That affected everything. Everybody. Larry Bird in '89 being out for the season, that affected everything and everybody. You have a few key injuries like that. Kobe Bryant's opponents missed 43 games, and his team missed 24 games. Again, a lot of these will be Shaq's, and some of the other ones without Shaq was like, Amari Stoudemire missed 1 game in 2007. First round, they lost them in the first round. Not a huge deal. 2008, they played him in 2006, that's right. 2006, Raja Bell missed 1 game. I mean, I don't know how much that really affected things. Probably not much. But, there was some key injuries in there, like Tracy McGrady in 2009. Now that one there, because Houston took them to 7, that definitely could have affected things in 2009. Kobe caught a big break on that one, no doubt about it. Also, Manu Ginobili was out in the 2009 playoffs. Those are 2 pretty big players to be out. So he definitely benefited from that. And Mehmet Okur missed 3 games in the first round. Maybe they would have did something. Tim Duncan, his opponents missed 59 games, and his teammates only 21 games. I'm just talking about the starters now. So there definitely was some key injuries that he benefited from. There's no doubt about it. Most of them were kind of later on. I think when he played the Lakers, mostly they were all intact and whatnot. But yeah, there was no doubt about it. Some key injuries that he benefited from, like Kobe Bryant being out for the 2013 playoffs. I'm sure that probably helped things. But yeah, Duncan benefited a lot. Durant, opponents missed 62 games. Starters, that's a lot of help right there. That's a lot of breaks he got. Some of that was on Golden State, with the Kawhi Leonard and all that stuff. And his team had 41 games where a starter missed the playoffs. I know Russell Westbrook missed like the entire playoff one year, and so on and so forth. Now, LeBron James, his team, his opponents missed 98 games. Now, he benefited in 2016, like playing, I think it was Chicago in 2012, not having Derrick Rose there. Danny Granger not being there. I think it was against Indiana in 2013, that 7-game series. I mean, he definitely benefited. Like Allen Iverson in 2009 for Detroit was not there. It was just stuff like that. He definitely benefited from some injuries. Jameer Nelson in 2009 against Orlando. Of course, it didn't matter. They beat him anyway. And playing the Knicks in the first round, Baron Davis missed the game. Amari Stoudemire missed the game. I mean, there was, quite a few of those, actually. But the last player on this list, like I said, Steph Curry, 84 games his opponents missed. And LeBron was 98. Those two, by far, were the most. Duncan at 59, that was pretty high. But in LeBron's defense, he had 72 teammates that were out. Like Larry Hughes was out in the 06 Eastern Conference Finals. Larry Hughes was out in some of the games in the 07 Finals. Bosh was out, I think, in 012. That's why Boston pushed that series to, I think, 7 games, because Bosh wasn't there. Made him very interesting and tight. So, like Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love in the 2015 Finals being out, that cost them the Finals. They probably would have won that without him. But he also benefited in 2016, for example. There was, other years too that LeBron definitely, benefited from players not being there. No doubt about it. I mean, this is, kind of a two-way street, but LeBron benefited more than he didn't. And like I said, Steph Curry, I had to look it up. All these greats, at least since 1980, 84 starters were out in one of the games he played. He's only played like 110 playoff games. That's almost every game he's played. One of the starters of the other team was out, and a lot of them were good players, like Tony Parker in 2017, Kawhi Leonard in 2017, Chris Paul missing those last 2 games in 2018, 22 missing Ja Morant. Those I think it was 3 games. Steven Adams 2 games. Dylan Brooks 1 game. And then he also benefited from other guys that were out that he just didn't have to play. Like Milwaukee in 22, they had Chris Middleton hurt, so they didn't make it past Boston. Miami, who was the 1 seed who would have had home court advantage against Golden State, they had Kyle Lowry was out. I think Tyler Hero was out. I think Jimmy Butler missed the game. That probably cost them home court advantage. But yeah, so Michael Jordan's opponents, 18 games out of 179, so that's 10% of the time. And like I said, Bimbo Coles, Billy Owens, that's 6 of them right there. I mean, no real big deal. He didn't majorly benefit from injuries. Moderate to minor. Curry benefited big time. Every one of his championships was off of major injuries. That's a fact. Now you can say 2016 and 2019 that Curry, the injuries hurt him because of Durant in 2019. I think Klay Thompson missed 1 game, and 2016, Green got suspended. Bogut missed a couple games. Okay, yeah, probably. They probably should have won 2 and lost 4, the opposite of how it really was. And again, a lot of these other greats, they had some help, but not as much as LeBron and Curry. But LeBron at least had a bunch of teammates hurt also. Maybe, not as many as 98. He had, 72 of his teammates, but 98 opponents hurt. Starters I'm talking about, missing games. But Steph Curry by far has the most. 19 of his teammates missed a game, and 84 of his opponents, starters, missed a game. I mean, that's 4.5 times more. He benefited by far the most. Hakeem Olajuwon, it was the opposite. His starters missed 30 games. I think he played like 115, 120 games. So about a quarter of his games had a starter missing. But only 7 of his opponents had a starter missing. This should be factored in when you talk about Hakeem Olajuwon. He played people at full freaking strength. He didn't get them all, hobbled and, Magic Johnson is out. No. He didn't get that. They're playing the Jazz. Gary Payton's out. Or Sean Kemp is out. He didn't get any of that. Everybody was at full strength. But a quarter of his, playoff games, he had a starter missing. So anyway, that's it for this video. The people that said everybody benefits from injuries, to a certain degree that's true, but nobody benefited as much as Steph Curry, and LeBron would be second on that list. But of course, he did have a lot of injuries to his teammates. But Tim Duncan would be third. Curry, LeBron, Duncan benefited from injuries, no question about it. So anyway, that's it for this video. I just wanted to get this one out here. It took me a lot of work to put this together, But as you can see, you know, the people in the 80s and 90s didn't benefit from injuries like they did, you know, in the 21st century. They benefited a lot. Anyway, so that's it. Thanks for watching.